Hey guys. So I'm doing this video on the Sunday before Memorial Day. So obviously we are getting to the half point of the year, which is crazy to say because how on earth is it almost June? I have been working so much this year already, which I mean makes sense. Like I have a job, whatever. It makes sense. So it has been one of those things where I just have not had a lot of time to like actually hop on YouTube and make like full length videos. Which is not a problem. Nobody is making me do full length videos. It's not like my channel's monetized or anything like that. So it's just kind of like one of those things. I want to do full length videos. Unfortunately, I don't have the time to do full length videos. But I have been trying to be better about at least making shorts for YouTube because I do think that that's like fun. It's easy. It doesn't take much time. I don't have to like edit or, well, I can edit them, but I don't have to do as much editing. When I do these full length videos, I usually don't have physical copies of the books with me, just because I do read a lot of, or excuse me, I listen to a lot of audiobooks, or ebooks, and or I read the ebooks, but neither here nor there. So because I predominantly use like Libby and Hoopla and Libro FM, and occasionally Audible, I don't necessarily have the physical books with me, and I always like to show like the cover, because obviously like a lot of work goes into cover art, so I kind of want to make sure that those cover artists, obviously their work is being seen and all of that fun stuff. I was gonna say, I know I did a full length video last month in April, but it wasn't really book related. It was for PsychCon. Well, technically Psychodelphia, which was the convention for Psych, the TV show. Which obviously I had a blast. If you haven't seen my video recap of that, definitely, I mean, if you like Psych, give it a shot. Hopefully, when they do Psychodelphia next year, I don't know if it'll necessarily be in Philadelphia, but when they do the PsychCon for next year, I hope that I don't know, you watch my video and you're like, hell yeah, I want to go to the PsychCon. I had a blast. I loved it. And I'm super excited for the next one, whenever that'll be. So yeah, so that was really cool. But anyway, I just kind of wanted to hop on and do a video. I know the last like book related full length like video that I did was in like mid-March. So obviously I think at that point in time, the last book I had read when I posted that video, was A Victim at Valentine's or something by Ellery Adams. I feel like it's Ellery Adams. It could be very wrong. Anyway, neither here nor there. I obviously ended up reading a few more books that month. I read her Radiant Curse, Raiders of the Lost Heart, Turtles All the Way Down by John Green, Sunrise on the Reaping, of course, Neighborly by K.M. Jackson. I don't know if that's true or not. Oh well. Anyway, and then Six Crimson Cranes. I'll be honest, the rest of my reading for that month was definitely, everything was either 3.5 stars or up. The 5-star reads from the end of March would definitely be Her Radiant Curse, Turtles All the Way Down, Sunrise on the Reaping, of course. And those were really great, so I'm happy I finished that. And let's see. Then in April, I finally finished that Read This to Get Smarter nonfiction book. It was actually really good. I think, if anything, I want to buy multiple copies of that book and just put them in every single free little library I ever come across. I think everyone needs to read that book. It does a great job of highlighting like the main points. And then obviously it gives like, like supplemental material. So I love that about that book. I think I read 10 books in April. Some of my 5-star reads include Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping on a Dead Man, by Jesse Q. Sutanto. I absolutely love that book. I bought the audiobook on Libro FM. I highly suggest it. The narrator is great. I loved her, narration. So really good times. I was gonna say, obviously, read This to Get Smarter. That was a 5-star read for me. The Chow Maniac by Vivian Chin, her latest installment of the Noodle Shop Mystery Series, of course, was a 5-star read for me. You guys know I love her, so I don't need to sing her praises, but she deserves all the flowers. Love that series. Love Lana Lee. I just can't wait to read more. So super love that. And then what else? Lady Night by Emily Howard. I don't know if I'm saying her name right. I actually have never heard her first name pronounced, but that was a really great YA novel. It is actually the sequel to, sequel in the sense that Queen Bee, which came out maybe last year or the year before, I can't remember. So Queen Bee, the two main characters from that show up in The Lady Night. The male main character from Queen Bee is the older brother of Lady Zenobia. So it's like a sequel in that sense, but not like a true sequel, if that makes sense. Like they're all connected, but anyway. But that was really good. I was gonna say, last month I was able to read a physical book. Well, actually 2 physical books, 1 ebook and 1 nonfiction book. So that was really nice because that was one of my personal goals for me, and I was able to accomplish that. So, look at me. I was gonna say, and yeah, so this month in May has not been a real, I don't want to say it hasn't been a good reading month for me. I just have not read as many books. So I think as of right now, I have read 7 books, which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. But I don't know. It wasn't like I said, it wasn't a terrible reading month. And technically the month is not over. So, that I got that going for me. But I did try a new author. She's a romance novelist. Yeah. So, her name is Ceresia Glass. So I read The Love Con and Game On, and I really liked both of them. So I'm actually really excited that I was able to read those books. I got them from my local library. I had never heard of her before, never heard of the books before. I'll be honest, I was drawn in by the covers, and I'm happy I gave them a shot because they were really good. I also read Death in the Cards by Mia P. Manansala. She writes the Tita Rosie's Kitchen series, like the Cozy Mystery series. This is her first YA novel, if I'm not mistaken. And I fucking loved it. So that was really cool. I'm really happy that her foray into YA has been really good. At least I really enjoyed it, and I'm obviously in my 30s, so that's really cool. I love that. I also read this new author. I can't think of her name at this point in time, which of course when I do a video I can't think of her name. But it was A Guide to the Dark. It was really giving me like creepy vibes. The 2 main characters, they have to check into a hotel room, or a motel room, excuse me, because their car breaks down on their way to Chicago for some college thing or whatever. They break down, and the motel room has like dark energy in it, and it's like yeah, it was definitely one of those things. I low-key was like scared. But like scared in a good way. So I really enjoyed it. I think you guys should check it out. I'll obviously figure out the author's name, and I'll make sure to obviously put that in like the description below and everything, but definitely give it a shot. I don't know much about the author in the sense that I don't know like how big her backlist is with all of her other works or anything like that, but I'd be super excited to read more from her. So definitely check it out, but I'm pretty sure like this is all I really have to say. I mean, I just got a book from Libby, I think, and it's like Six Truths and a Lie. So I'll probably start reading that like tomorrow. I am still reading Sunshine, Scandal and Sangria, or Sunshine, Sangria and Scandal, or I don't know, by Wendy Day. I am still trying to get myself through that ebook. It is not boring, don't get me wrong. It is just every time I pick up my Kindle, I fall asleep. So I don't know. I just need to read it during the day, like when I'm not tired. But it's kind of hard to read like an ebook during the day with the kids, but hopefully I get that book finished this week so that I can finally just check that off my TBR, because I think I'm only on page like 33. Like this is I swear I've been reading this book since January, and that's so terrible. But yeah, obviously other than that, figured I'd just hop on, do a quick video, try to get it under 12 minutes, and we'll see. So bye.